Urgent, Dirty Birds fan. Look at what just happened. Nobody saw this coming, huh? But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we bring you daily videos with the latest Dirty Birds news. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Falcons continue showing draft interest in Georgia's Michael Williams, Jalen Walker. The Atlanta Falcons' pursuit of defensive help in the 2025 NFL Draft has prompted them to spend time with Georgia standouts, Jalen Walker and Michael Williams. The Atlanta Falcons have seen lots of Georgia defensive end Michael Williams and linebacker Jalen Walker during the 2025 NFL Draft process. Atlanta met with both projected first-round picks prior to attending Georgia's Pro Day March 12th. Walker attended the Falcons' local Pro Day April 11th, and Williams visited the Falcons on April 16th. Walker and Williams worked out in front of evaluators Thursday, and the Falcons sent Assistant General Manager Kyle Smith and Defensive Coordinator Jeff Ulbrich to watch. According to The Athletic's Josh Kendall, Atlanta, which holds the number 15 pick in the 2025 draft, may be out of range for both Bulldogs, but it's far from a guarantee. And for as fond of the Falcons are of Williams and Walker, the two Georgia standouts are similarly high on Atlanta's organization. "Man, it would be nice," Williams said at Georgia's Pro Day. "It would be a blessing to be back home in the state of Georgia. It would be great to play for the Atlanta Falcons. Love the GM, love the head coach." Williams, a 6'5", 260-pounder with 34 38-inch arms, is ranked among the top pass rushers in the 2025 draft class. Twice a second-team All-Sec selection, Williams finished his career in Athens with 14 sacks and 23 tackles for loss across 40 games. The 20-year-old Williams suffered a Grade 2 left ankle sprain in the season opener against Clemson on August 31, but played through it the remainder of the year. He finished 2024 with 5 sacks and 5 tackles for loss to go along with 26 pressures. Walker, who led Georgia with 5 tackles for loss this season, is a different type of defender. At 6'2", 245 pounds, Walker is explosive, rangy, and capable of making game-changing plays as both an inside linebacker and edge rusher. The 21-year-old Walker had 61 tackles this season while playing more snaps at inside linebacker than rushing the passer, but he still recorded 34 pressures according to Pro Football Focus. Walker has been projected in the top 10 more frequently than Williams, though his lack of a defined role may cause him to slide to Atlanta's choice, and Walker believes the Falcons would be an enjoyable landing spot. "It would be great," Walker said March 12th. "The relationship I've built with them from the combine and the conversations that we had, not just only on the football side of it, I'd love to stay in contact with those coaches and their staff. They are great and wonderful people. I just appreciate them making the process great and nice for me. Should the Falcons draft Walker, pressure turns toward Ulbrich to maximize his skill set. Walker already holds Ulbrich in high regards. His plan is a visionary plan," Walker said about Ulbrich. "Him with a visionary plan because it's part of life and how you want to be successful. Whatever he's with, him with, I appreciate the opportunity." The 2025 NFL Draft runs April 24-26 in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Pausing this news just to say that if you want YouTube to keep recommending the latest Dirty Birds news to you, it's very important that you leave a like on this video. Thanks. Now let's get back to the news. Tyler Lockett, Seattle's string of odd off-season decisions included the departure of veteran receiver Tyler Lockett. That, along with the transfer of its star receiver to Pittsburgh and its starting quarterback to the Raiders, could be seen as an understandable rebuild for a team stuck in mediocrity. However, the team followed up on that string of changes by investing heavily in quarterback Sam Darnold and former Ram Cooper Kupp. It's about as odd an offseason as you'll ever see from a team that hasn't improved or put itself in a better position to win in the long run. Lockett took a clear step back, but he remains a reliable target. Giving Michael Penix Jr., another veteran, to mix in with Darnell Mooney and Ray McLeod would be a great move. Atlanta's biggest offensive concern is at center, but the receiving corps would benefit from some additional depth. Lockett wouldn't be the second or even third option in Atlanta's offense. This would give an older player a better chance to stay healthy and contribute to winning in a less important position. Falcons could become perfect landing spot for Carson Wentz among the many concerning factors in Atlanta's current standoff with veteran Kirk Cousins is the shrinking options if Cousins is cut or traded. If the Falcons aren't serious about keeping Cousins as the team's backup for the 2025 season, they are going to be dealing with severely limited options. This is far from ideal when you consider Penix's injury history and lack of experience. Perhaps this is the best argument for why the team could be seriously willing to keep Cousins. Still, it is a less than ideal situation Cousins clearly wants out of. Whether it is a trade or a release, it still appears probable that this ends with Cousins wearing a different uniform. With this in mind, Atlanta is going to need to find a reliable backup option behind second-year quarterback Michael Penix Jr. Carson Wentz is Atlanta's best remaining backup option in an underwhelming market. Carson Wentz is the only remaining option that has a ceiling of a serviceable starter. It is easy to forget just how celebrated Wentz was before Nick Foles' improbable Super Bowl run. The quarterback was expected to be the future in Philly and had played at an MVP level before suffering an injury. From the outside, it appears that Foles, having taken over, damaged the confidence of Wentz, and the quarterback was never the same after. Making stops with the Commanders and Colts as a starter, Wentz was never able to fully rewind back to the player he once was. Still, there is value in having the quarterback as your fallback option. The Falcons would be wise to go ahead and sign Wentz if they aren't serious about moving forward with Cousins as the team's backup. If, however, the Falcons are willing to make Cousins uncomfortable, there is no reason to bring in the former Eagle. This all depends on how the Falcons are going to play the situation with Cousins and whether or not they believe a trade is possible. Regardless, if Kirk isn't going to be sitting behind Penix in the 2025 season, the team must make a move soon as they are quickly running out of options. Atlanta Falcons host top Seahawks edge rusher. The Atlanta Falcons need to address their depth at edge after finishing second to last in sacks and middle of the pack in run defense in 2024. Leonard Floyd and Arnold Ebiketie, their top two pass rushers, are both considered situational pass rushers who primarily play on obvious passing downs rather than being good run defenders who play on early downs. Because of this, the Falcons could select an edge rusher in the first round who excels against the run. The Atlanta Falcons host the top edge rusher. According to Mike Garafolo, the Falcons hosted former Georgia Bulldogs 6'5", 260-pound edge rusher Michael Williams for a local visit on Wednesday. Williams is considered one of the best run defenders and edge rushing prospects in the upcoming draft. Many scouts have mocked him as an early to mid-first round pick. He battled a nagging injury in 2024. Michael Williams battled a nagging ankle injury during his junior year. Williams suffered a grade 2 left ankle sprain during their season opener, causing him to miss their next two matchups. At the NFL scouting combine, he revealed that he aggravated the ankle injury multiple times and was less than 60 for most of the season. Despite battling a nagging injury, Williams was an important contributor on defense, earning him a second-team All-Sec selection. He recorded 21 tackles, 9 TFLs, 5 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles in 12 games. He also posted 26 pressures and 1 pass rush win rate, 11 run stops, and a 7.6 run stop rate. Here's Lance Zierlein's scouting report and upside prospect with loads of traits. Williams simply needs more snaps and more time to fill out his frame. He is an explosive athlete who uses his exceptional length to keep tackles and tight ends at the end of his punch. He plays a little too tall at the point and needs to get stronger to shed blocks more quickly, but he plays with good physicality in the trenches and is never pushed around. He's still learning moves and counters, but already has a big bull rush, good secondary effort, and the closing burst to become a sack blanket in the pocket. Has not there yet, but Williams' improvement to become an impactful 43 base end feels inevitable. He predicts that he will eventually become a good starter within his first 2 years in the NFL. And now, Dirty Birds, fan, I want to hear from you. What's your opinion on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I don't know if you know this, but your opinion matters a lot for Dirty Birds. I'll be back any moment with more Dirty Birds news. ATL, rise up.